Hi, it's Teresa with Serenity Shares. Thanks for joining me. I want to share today on resentments. I've come to learn that for me, placing expectations on people, even on myself, oftentimes will birth resentments. I can be resentful of someone when they tell me that they're going to do something and they don't. I expect them to follow through on their words. When I become angry and resentful, then I make myself a victim, and I'm not a victim. I've learned in order to keep resentments at bay in my life, I certainly need to stay away from unrealistic expectations. For me personally, I need to be gentle with myself and expectations that I place upon myself. I do expect myself to get adequate rest every day, which is not an unrealistic expectation. There are times when I've expected myself to eat healthy and I found myself grabbing that cookie or that muffin, and that's okay. I don't need to beat myself up. I don't need to become a victim of my expectations. That's not being gentle and loving and kind, which is what Al-Anon has taught me to do. I've learned to take the focus off of other people and place it on myself. As I've peeled away the onion, as I like to use as a metaphor, in fourth step inventories, which I'm doing again with a group that I attend, I'm finding that one of the biggest things that causes me to have low self-esteem is being resentful. I get resentful with myself because I don't do the things I could or should or think I could or should, and so I beat myself up. Some of those expectations that I place on myself are extremely unrealistic. So I have to learn to be gentle. I have to learn to journal, to write down the things that realistically I'm capable of doing. And then if I don't do it, I need to be grateful. Bring out that gratitude list for the things that I was able to accomplish. And place those other expectations or those other lists of things on the next day. I'm a work in progress. I got to be gentle, kind, and loving, not only to myself, but to other people, especially when it comes to someone who's affected by alcoholism or addiction. I cannot expect them to be clean and sober when they don't want it. I have to learn. Those expectations are unrealistic. And if I don't want to birth resentments, I don't place that expectation on them. I can't expect them to be honest all the time. I can't expect them to be clean and sober. I can't expect them to do the next right thing. And I cannot expect them to get into recovery because I say they should, or I mention it, or I drop stupid hints. I have to allow each person to find their own higher power that will lead them to sobriety. I have to allow the God of their understanding to lead and direct them. I can't place expectations on them because I don't want to be angry and resentful. That eats away at me like a cancer, and that's not taking care of myself. I think sometimes I like to use resentment or expectations because then the low self-esteem in me gets elevated a little bit because I feel, well, they can't do it, so that makes me a little bit better. That's the wrong kind. Definitely the wrong kind of elevation that I need in my life. So today, I've learned that I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim of someone else's problems. I don't need to do resentments because resentments can make me feel as a victim. Today, I need to look to my higher power, to meditate on the things that I need to do for me, not place expectations on myself that are unrealistic, but to be kind, gentle, loving, and to take one day at a time, to continue to do my meditations, my readings, my prayers, my time alone with my higher power, and to go to meetings and share other people's experience, strength, and hope. I can't tell you how this happens, how I got from the crazy person that I was, the person whose head literally was in pain, to where I am today, but I know I'm grateful for it. I don't know what, there's a whole accumulation of a lot of different things, a lot of tools in my Al-Anon toolbox that have gotten me the peace and serenity, there's my word for the year, that I so enjoy today. And when I find that I'm losing the peace and the serenity, I open my toolbox, I pray, I get with my higher power, I go to a meeting, I read our literature, I call my sponsor. And one thing I've learned in this program is I'm never alone. There's always someone out there who's willing to pick up the other end of the phone and talk with me. So I'm ever grateful for Al-Anon. I'm grateful for the people in my life, my sponsor, who's helped me beyond belief. I'm blessed to be in service work. I'm grateful to be able to share my experience, strength, and hope on here with those who want to listen. And I hope each one of these gets better. So stick with me. We'll get through this. We'll do better. Have a blessed evening. Go forth and be grateful. I know when I'm ungrateful, all I have to do is reach in that toolbox and get my gratitude out, and it'll adjust my attitude. So be blessed. Have a very serene day, and let it begin with me. God bless.